afternoon. Thanks for coming. I know these are unprecedented and extraordinary times, but I thought what I'd do is I'd give a statement first, and then I'd open it up for questions from the media. So if you're happy with that, I will proceed. So, I just wanted to start by saying thanks for coming. Thank you for your interest in my quarantine period over the last few days. I'm going to run through some of the measures I've been taking during my 2-week quarantine self-isolation period. And then obviously the rest of the public in Australia can get a sense of how quarantine works and what types of measures they should be implementing on a day-to-day basis. Firstly, jobs. Look, I've been stressing jobs since day one. The importance of working during quarantine, whether it's cooking, cleaning, serving yourself responsibly through alcohol, whether it's wine, beer, spirits, making and producing cooking videos for YouTube. I've been doing that. It's something I'm very passionate about, and I'll come to nutrition soon. Secondly, sanitization measures. I've been introducing a range of measures to maintain cleanliness throughout the premises, and this goes out to all Australians who are self-isolating at the moment. Make sure each and every surface of your house, your flat, your apartment is clean, and wash your hands every hour. That's my suggestion. Thirdly, flattening the curve. Now, we all know that we have to stop the spread, and slowing the spread over 14 days is critical for me at the moment in this quarantine period. Throughout the quarantine, I've been looking to reduce the transmission of the virus to other areas of the house. I can announce that I was recently on a 16.5-hour flight direct from Heathrow, London, on which the West Australian Health Department has informed me that 3 passengers have since tested positive to COVID-19 virus. So far I've shown no signs or symptoms. No fever, no dry cough, no shortness of breath, but we will be monitoring the situation, the health situation, as it develops, and I will let you know if we have any other worries out of that. So far, so good. Finally, it's vital that during this quarantine period, I remain positive and continue to live life as best I can by regularly exercising. That's a great one. I'm trying to do that in the backyard, in the front yard. Cooking nutritious meals every day, with the odd takeaway, because that's my other point. Small business is so important to get behind in these troubled periods. So getting takeaway, getting Deliveroo, things like that is really in their best interest as well as ours as an economy. But most importantly, I'll be continuing my 7-day total body detox regimen, using fresh oranges and lemons sourced locally from right here around these gardens. So that's my statement. Thanks, and I'll take your questions now. Let's start with John. Yeah.
Chris, can I just get some clarification around the stimulus measures that you're implementing for yourself over the next week? Do you anticipate that these will be successful, and how exactly will you pay for them over the 4 days?
So your question about stimulus, I mean, that's something obviously for the Treasurer to look into, but for me personally, things like chocolate every day just as a reward after exercise, a bit of red wine, that always helps. So I think those stimulus measures really are effective, at least in the short to medium term. In terms of paying for those, again, that's a Treasury matter. It's not a matter for me, but we will be monitoring it, and I'll let you know what happens in terms of the economics of it. Yep, Sandra?
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I just wanted to know how closely you've been working with WA law enforcement during your self-isolation period. Do you anticipate any direct contact with police officers?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been working very closely with WAPOL, with the police officers. I had 2 visit me the other night, making sure I wasn't breaking quarantine, and we are working very closely with law enforcement to make sure that, for me personally, I don't go down the street to get a bottle of something or just go for a walk. I have to stay within these premises, and it's so important that other Australians heed this message as well. Peter, at the back.
Hi, Christopher. Just a quick question about the quarantine itself. Has it affected you personally? And do you anticipate any longer-term impacts on yourself or the economy in general?
So, I mean, for me personally, it's been tough. It's been at times pretty boring and solitary, but we are getting through it. And as Australians know from World War I and II, we just keep calm and carry on, and we believe in mateship. We believe in a fair go, and we don't let things get us down. And we are battlers. We are Aussie battlers. So I stand with the Australian people, and personally, I feel fine. But yeah. Last one, maybe Jason at the back.
Brendan, can you confirm, Chris, are you actually not infected with the virus? And if you're not, can you rule in or out getting a test after your quarantine period?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to go into a rule in, rule out type of response. You want headlines over the ABC. I'm not going to give you that. What I will do is say that I will get a test if and when appropriate on advice of medical experts. So that's all I think today. Thanks for coming, everyone. No more questions, but remember to stay safe and stay home.
Christopher, just a quick question.
You actually